Hi folks, this is Karim Raouf from IT Visualizer channel. We will continue our lab, the Terminator lab. This is the video number 4. We have been discussing in the previous video the following. We have discussed theoretically two scripts that we will use to automate creation of Active Directory objects, users, groups, group members, computers, servers, and OUs or organizational units, and a login script restriction restrictions to certain workstations and servers, and copy login script, okay, and group policy templates to group policy central store location. So there is only one script. It will create different Active Directory objects. It will restrict certain users to access certain workstations, and it will copy group policy templates from one location to another, and it will also copy a login script from one location to another in the Active Directory, or to one of the Active Directory folders, a known folder called net login. Okay, and this script also will delegate managing of certain organizational units to certain security groups, and all of this will be logged. Okay, so this mega script will do all of these things: create Active Directory objects, restrict certain users to access certain workstations, will copy group policy templates from one location to another. This location is called group policy center store location, and it will copy a custom script from one of my local hard disks to the net login folder, which is one of the most important Active Directory folders. This folder is specifically done, or its function is to insert or to copy in it certain scripts that should be applied to users when they log into the machine or log into the domain. Okay, and all of this will be logged, or it will all of this will be we will have a text file created at the end of running the script. And then another script, or another mega script, to create group policies objects, and to import all the group policies, or already configured group policy objects, to the newly created group policy objects. So we have two phases. We will create new group policy objects which are blank, and then we'll import to them the configuration from a backup group policies from another lab. Okay, so this is what we will do, and then we will link them to organizational units to be applied to them, and we'll make some security filters or security conditions to select certain groups to apply these group policies to. So this is one script. We'll create group policies or blank group policies, import group policies from a backup location, link the group policies to certain OUs, and make some security filters. We have discussed these two scripts theoretically. Today we will see how they are applied practically. So we have discussed the function of each script. We have said in details each line in each script what it will do. So let's see practically what we will do, or how this will be applied. So we'll open the video, and we will open our VirtualBox, which is our hypervisor, and then we will log into our domain controller, which is skn hq-dc0112. Okay, skn, which is Skynet, HQ, which is the headquarters, DC resembling the domain controller, 01, he is the first domain controller, and then 12, which is resembling the operating system, which is 2012 R2. So now we will log in using the domain or the administrator account, the local administrator account on the domain controller. Later we will disable this account and use another account. Okay, this is best practice to disable the local administrator account on all of the servers and all of the workstations. Disable it and rename it and give it a strong password. Okay, if you have Microsoft local account password solution, this is a solution that you can use to automate the setting of the local administrator passwords on all of your machines and all of your servers. This can be done using Microsoft Labs solution. Okay, anyway, so now we will open our folder and begin applying the script. We have two scripts, one to create Active Directory objects and other things, and the other to create group policy objects and other things. We will see how this will be applied. So we have our first script is main script AD objects. We have discussed this script before, and then we will try to see how this will be done. So it will take a little bit of time, and then we will begin implementing the script. We will see all of the different things we have discussed in the previous video. So now we will begin applying the script, and we will see each step, how it will be implemented and what is the result of each step. Okay, so now we need to click the play button. Okay, so just I'm here revising the script. So before that, I need to take a snapshot or a small backup. Snapshot is like a small backup of the virtual machine before AD objects, because if there is any problem with the script, we can revert back to this snapshot. So now it will take a little bit of time. It will take a snapshot. And by the way, this is an old version of VirtualBox. Now it is updated to a newer version with additional features. You will all like it. Okay. It's getting near and rear to VM Workstation Pro virtual hyper or VM Workstation Pro hypervisor. They are getting close to each other concerning the features. Okay, anyway, so now we need to click the play button. Then we need to see the output of the script. Now we can see here that you get a message saying creating Active Directory organizational units. This is the beginning of the creation of organization units, and we can see a little bit of a message that flashed and got away, or it flashed for a couple of seconds and disappeared. This message saying that it is importing the Active Directory PowerShell commands in the PowerShell prompt, so it can implement the script, because this script depends upon some Active Directory PowerShell commands. Okay, so the normal PowerShell doesn't include these commands, so he needs to import the PowerShell Active Directory commands so he can begin applying the script. So this is done automatically and don't need to do this. Okay, and actually it will import it automatically, because this is on the domain controller. So sure, it will contain the Active Directory PowerShell commands, because this is done during the installation of the Active Directory and promoting the domain controller. So anyway, so now it is creating the organizational units, and then it will wait for 20 seconds, and then it will begin creating the second line in the script, which is start creating Active Directory users. We will see in a moment. Now it is creating Active Directory objects. We can see here success. Every user, when it is created, it is given a line that it has been added to the domain. So this is a good indicator that all of these users are added. Okay, so this is the second line of the script. Just a moment, guys. So let's continue, guys. Now it will begin creating the users, and then we can see that it has stopped. That means that the script is implemented, and then it will wait for 20 seconds again. Every line of the script, it will be separated, or it will be it need to stop for 20 seconds. Now this is the creating of the groups. Here we can see also every group created, it will give group created. So this is also a good indicator. Every group is created. Okay, so we have organizational units, and then users, and then groups, and then the third line, I think, or the fourth line will be group membership or users group membership. Now it should also here we can say it start adding users to groups. So this is a good thing. Here one of the errors, because he didn't find this user, so he's giving me an error. This user is not available. So there are a couple of users that are not added to certain groups. Anyway, we will revise this at the end when we see the log file concerning this script. Okay, so this is normal errors. I know this. There is two users that is not created, or I didn't correct the script to add them to the correct groups. Okay, so anyway, now it will begin the next phase of the script. It will begin creating Active Directory computers one, so we can see the script. It is divided, or it will give you indicators which line or which script is working. Okay, so now we have created computers number one, and then computers number two. And then let's see the next phase. Now start enabling login users to certain computers, okay, to restrict login of certain users to certain computers. This can be done on servers. This is a good practice also, and to for normal users to access certain computers. For example, if you have an accounting team, you need to restrict them to access only the workstations of the accounting, not to access any other PCs in the domain. Okay, so this is, as we see, all of the scripts are applied continuously or in order. Okay, so now let's see what is the next script, or the next line of the script. So it will take a little bit of time because there is a lot of computers and a lot of users, so this will take some time. Anyway, there is also some errors because some users are not or some users are not linked properly to, or were not restricted access to certain computers. We will revise the errors. Now start adding admins. Here we are adding the uh, group the security group of the Skynet headquarter IT. It will add it to, let's, no, I need to get further again, just to remember, guys. So here what is start adding admins. Here we are adding the Skynet IT headquarter security group. We will add it to four Active Directory built-in groups, which is administrators, domain admins, enterprise admins, schema admins, to let them have full control over the domain. Okay, so this is what we will do in this line. Okay, we have discussed this before, and then he will begin applying the next line in the script, which will be copying, but let me first see this. Okay, here he start copying group policy templates, and login script will copy group policy templates to the sysvol folder slash policies, okay, or the subfolder called policies, and then he will copy the login script to the net login folder, okay, which is under sysvol. So sysvol have two folders, policies and scripts. So we will copy the group policy templates to sysvol folder subfolder policies, and we will copy the login script to sysvol folder scripts folder. The net login, it is the share name of the scripts folder under sysvol. Okay, so anyway, he will begin copying, and then he will give you some indicators. Okay, so he's saying these are all the files, every file, how much time it has taken to be copied. And by the way, this is a very effective way to copy a lot of files in a small time or in a short time. You can use robocopy because there are a lot of parameters that you can use to increase the speed of the copying. Okay, some of them is to deduct certain processor thresholds to increase the speed of the copying. Okay, this can be done using the robocopy. We will discuss later every parameter in the robocopy when you are going to migrate our file server from Windows Server 2012 R2 to Windows Server 21H1, okay, or 21H2. We will use the robocopy. Anyway, so here we have total copies. Okay, we have two folders or one directory, two files, and this is the parameters, okay, or this is the statistics. Okay, we can see that this is my computer.bat, the login script. Okay, it had been also copied. Here it will begin sharing background folders. This is the folder that will contain the backgrounds we need to apply to every uh, uh, user or to every computer in the domain. And as I have said, the domain is divided to 7 parts. Every part is for one continent. So for example, in Africa, they will have a different background than the background in Asia, for example. So every one of them will have a certain background. Okay, so now we are sharing the background folder. So later we will configure a group policy to go to this shared folder and apply a certain photo or a certain GPG file to be the background for certain workstations in certain OUs. Okay, we have said before that we have divided our OU structure to 7 continents. Okay, we have done this before, or have said this before in the introduction of the series. Okay, so now we'll begin sharing the background folder, only share permissions. Okay, so he's now sharing the folders or sharing this folder, and we give it certain permissions. We have done this before, I have discussed this before. This is only the SMB share permissions. We need to apply also NTFS permissions. We can do this manually because I forgot to have a script to do this, but later I will do a script to automate this process. Now it's start linking login scripts to Active Directory users. Now we have copied the login script to the net login folder inside the Active Directory, or this is one of the important folders in the Active Directory. Now we need to uh, point every user, okay, to use this login script. So this will be done using another script. We will go to every Active Directory user properties, and in the profile tab in the login script section we will define or give it the name of the script. Okay, the location, it is already known. The Active Directory will go to the net login folder to apply the script. We need only to give the name of the script for every Active Directory user properties, especially in the profile tab in the login script section. I have shown you all before where is this residing. So this is also one of the things, because it is not sufficient only to copy the login script from a certain location to the net login folder. This will not apply the login script to the users. We need to tell each user the name of the script. It will be applied to him. Okay, and then at the end, the last line is to delegate every security group for every IT in every continent to manage his own OU. So the ITs in Africa will only manage their Africa OU, and the security group of ITs in Asia will only manage their Asia organizational unit in the Skynet.internal domain. So this is the last line of the script, and at the end we will have a login or log file that contains all what we have seen here from messages in this uh, screen. Okay, so let's see. After that we can go and revise the here is stopped transcript. Now this is the text file that will contain uh, what was displayed here in the screen. Okay, so now we can revise and see what are the errors, and then we will apply the second mega script for importing group policies and creating group policies. Anyway, so now this script have been implemented successfully. Now we can go and see the log file, and then we'll begin opening the Active Directory users and computers and see the result. Okay, see if everything is created successfully. Now this is the AD script log. Now we can open the log file, and this is all what appeared in front of us in the PowerShell window. All of these is recorded here, so you can return to it and see if there is any errors. Okay, now we will open our custom console, and then we'll begin seeing the different users, computers, groups. All of these things we need to check and see. First of all, this is Skynet.internal, and these are all of the organizational units, and here are the sub organizational units. These are the users. Okay, IT, normal users, servers, then workstations, and then the security groups. So everything is uh, created successfully. We need to get one of these users and see if we open one of these users and see the profile tab. If you open the profile tab or the login or the account tab and then login to, here we can see that this user will be restricted to access only these workstations, which was one of the lines that we have stated or that we have inserted in our script to restrict access of certain users to certain workstations. So this is done successfully. Let's see also the profile tab. If we see the script, it didn't take about maybe less than 5 minutes or 6 minutes maybe for applying the script. Now we can see the profile tab. Now here we can see that in the login script section, this is the name of the script that will be applied to the user, and this is also done by a script. As for the location, we have already copied this batch file to the netlogin folder, and the Active Directory knows where to get this script. You need only to give the name or put the name in the login script section for every user properties or Active Directory user properties in the domain. So let's see, or let's continue. Now we can go also and see the Skynet or the headquarters. We see the security group. Let's see the IT of the headquarters. We can see that they have been members of domain admins, enterprise admins, schema admins, administrators. This is also one of the things in the script that we have applied to give this security group full control over the domain. Okay, so this is one thing also done successfully by the script. Then we need to see every security IT security group if it can. For example, for the Africa, if you go to the properties and see who can play or who have full control over this OU, we can see that these are the Africa IT security group. So this Africa IT security group have full control over their organizational unit. They can create sub-organizational units, they can create users, they can create computers and join them to the domain in this OU. Okay, and servers, all of this can be done in this OU. So every IT security group in every continent will have control over their organizational unit only. Okay, so this also is done successfully, which is called delegation. We have delegate every IT to delegate or to work with his organizational unit. So this is good. We have done all of these things. Okay, so now all of this is done successfully. We can now begin implementing the second script, okay, which is creating group policy objects. Okay, but before that we need to see the background folder if it is shared or not. If we open Skynet HQ DC0112, this was one of the lines of the script. We can see that background folder, it is already shared. Okay, if we open it, we can see these are all of the folders containing the screensavers and so on. So as for the net login, we can see here that will contain my computer.bat. This is also done in the script to copy the my computer patch file to and put it in the net login folder. And if we go also to the other one, which is sysvol and then Skynet and then policies, if you open there Skynet and policies, okay, we will see that this is the policy definitions or the folder that will contain all of the group policy templates of this domain. Windows group policy templates and other group policy templates. Okay, so we can see that the script is created successfully. We can see, or the script have done a lot of things and all of them are successful. So we can go now, and before that I need to give the background folder. Okay, I need to put some NTFS permissions on it. Okay, because we need to have double protection layer to have share or SMB share permissions and to have NTFS permissions. If we can see the SMB share permissions here, we can see also it was shared, and we have the IT to have full control over this folder and the domain users to have read permissions on this folder. We need to give the same permissions but in the NTFS permissions section or in the security tab. Okay, let's go and do this. Okay, this can be done also using script. We will discuss this later. But anyway, now we will add, this is the only thing that was not done using script, but we can do this later. I will show you all using a certain PowerShell module. We can automate the NTFS permissions set, okay, or setting of the NTFS permissions. Okay, so now we have the domain admins, okay, to have full control over this folder, and for the domain users to have read permissions. So we can see now, okay, that the script is implemented successfully. Now we can take a snapshot before applying the second mega script, which is called group policies script. This will create blank group policies, and then it will import the configuration of these, or import the configuration of these group policies from a backup or from a backup group policy objects from a previous lab. Okay, we will do this. So let's wait for a moment and see how this will be done. Now we can take a note and see, or we will see that there is no group policies created yet. Okay, we can see there is only the default domain policy and the default domain controllers group policy. Okay, this will not be created, by the way, okay, because they are already created. Okay, we will import the configuration to them only. Okay, so now we get, or we go and create the GPO. Okay, this is not the script. Okay, this is the script that we need to use, GPO script. So just wait for a moment, guys. I need to have something here. Okay, so let's continue, guys. Now we will begin applying the second script. Okay, here we can see this is not the correct script. This is for the delegation. Okay, and for delegation of the IT security groups to the certain organizational units. This will not this is not the script. We have already applied this script. Now we need to go to the GPO script, okay, and begin applying it. Okay, we have discussed this script before. We need to apply the script, and by the way, there is an error that will appear in this script, but first let me show you all the implementing of the script. And by the way, there is an error will appear. First, the group policies will not be created, and another thing, one of the OUs I didn't list here in this script, or it was not created. So when this script is applied, it will not link it to a certain group policy because it is not there yet. Okay, OU is not there yet. Anyway, so we can see these errors. Okay, it has already created a group policy object or the blank group policy objects, but it didn't import the backed up group policy objects from my previous labs. Okay, so it have already created the group policy objects or the blank group policy objects, but it didn't import the backed up group policies. Now it is linking them, okay, to organizational units. Okay, and this is done perfectly, and the security filter, all of this will be done. The only thing missing here is the importing of the backed up group policies, okay, or the configuration of these group policies. Okay, it's not imported, so they are blank group policy. It doesn't contain any configuration. Okay, so now this is a display message for saying, or for adding the security filter section, okay, in certain group policies. Okay, so now this is the script. If we go there, we will see that it will give us an error saying that the location of the folder that contains the backed up group policies, it can't reach it. Okay, so we didn't import our group policies or our ready-made group policies. We have already created blank group policies, link them to certain OUs and a lot of things, okay? But we didn't import the group policies, okay? So we can see this, or we can see in this section, if we go and check the log, okay, this is a very good thing to have a log to see what is the problem. Okay, we will see he's telling us that the pass, okay, is incorrect, or that verify that the pass is correct and try again, okay, of the path if a path was included, okay. So this is fine, he didn't find, or he can't find the location, okay. So we have GPO backup, these are the group policies I need to import, okay. So there is a problem, okay. I will correct this line, okay. So he's saying here that he didn't find the path, okay, to this folder, okay. He didn't find the path, okay, the path to this group policies or this backup group policy folder. We will go and correct this mistake. So here we start linking group policies, okay. So the section of importing the group policy was not successful. Every line in the script was successful except for importing the group policies, okay. Creating the group policies, blank group policies is success. Linking them to OUs, organizational, is success. Security filter is success as well, okay. So here we can see that one of the things that he didn't find Skynet OU to link it to a certain group policy because it was not there, okay. My main mistake here that I have, or I have created the Skynet OU after applying the script, okay. Oh, sorry, I add this Skynet HQ or add this OU after or before applying the script, okay. There is something here, but this is, it will be rectified anyway. So we will continue and we will correct this problem, okay, and then reapply the script, okay. So let's continue and see. So this is very, very good to have a transcript, or to have the transcript command to log all of the details of the implementing of the script. This is very good, okay. Here he give you every step that it, or everything displayed when we were trying to apply the script, it is written here, okay. So we have here PowerShell script end, time ended. So let's go and see. First of all, I'm just making sure that the group policy backup folder is there. It is there already. Just make sure. So I go to the GPO script and then I will show you all where was the problem here. So if we go further, let me open it. Okay, the problem here was, let me show you, in this variable, okay. So this variable contains the location of the backup folder. For a certain reason, he didn't accept this variable, even though it is pointing to the right location. So what I have done, I have removed this variable and type the location, or type it manually. So let's see if I have done this. Let me go further and show you all what I have done here. So I have removed the variable and type the backup location myself, okay. And we will go and see, if we open the group policy console, I need to revise and see. Here we will see that we will have, or we will make a refresh, we will see that there is a lot of group policies added, okay. Here they are all added, but they are all blank because we didn't import to them the configuration from the group policy backup folder, okay. They are linked, okay. There is the security filtering, it is done already, okay. We can see all of this is done successfully, but there is no configuration. If you go to the setting, okay, delegation, we see domain computers have read permission. This is correct, we have done this. If we go to the setting, we will see that it is a blank group policy, no setting, okay. This should be done by importing some group policies to this group policy, or to import a certain group policy to this blank group policy. So this was the problem. Okay, this is the default domain policy and the default domain controllers group policy. So there is a problem. We need to reapply the section for importing the group policy. Okay, we will do this. You will see that in a moment. So we'll correct the script and then reapply it again, or apply this section of importing the group policies, and then we'll begin seeing that the group policy will be applied. So this is one of the things in the script. Okay, even though I am very surprised because the variable is correct, but for certain reason it didn't use this variable. This variable, it was not applied for a certain reason. Okay. Anyway, so we will get the pass. So I will get the pass. I will copy the pass. Okay, this one, and put it in except of this dollar sign BG. Okay, so we will see this, or I will do this. So I will copy the parameter, or will copy this path. Okay, so let me get it a little bit further here. So I tried to apply this here. You can see that here is the error. So he's saying still that he didn't find it. The argument is null or empty. Okay, so here here is the problem. This is the problem. This script is not applied. Okay, so we will change this BG and put the whole line instead of it. So let's see this one. So I will change this one and I will put the parameter. So we can see the error is clearly stating this is the problem. So I will copy the script, or we copy the line itself, copy, and then put it instead of the variable, even though the variable is very clear. Okay, so we will see and try to apply the script again and see if it will successfully be implemented this time or not. So we'll do this and tell him to apply this selected section and see that. Okay, now it's beginning importing. So this was the problem. Now if we go again to the group policy and see if the is the configuration imported or not, we will see that. So he's now going to the backup folder and import the group policies. Okay, so if you go there, we need to make a refresh anyway. So now we can see this is the section, or this is the configuration. It is already imported, so we can see this every one of these. Okay, we have the group policies imported successfully. So we will make a refresh and all of this will be appearing. Okay, North America. Okay, all of this we need a small refresh so it will appear again. Okay, so this is South America. Okay, and then okay, if we make a refresh, so here we need to make a small refresh before. If you go make a small refresh and then revise these group policies again, we will see that they will have configuration in them. Okay, so now we can see this. Okay, here is the group policy. Okay, a configuration. One mistake here, that my default domain policy, what it will do, it will disable the local administrator account on this domain controller, and for my bad luck, I didn't prepare another Active Directory account to be so I can use instead of this local administrator account. I have already my KRAOF domain admin account, but I didn't set a password on it. So the default domain policy now will close the local administrator account, and my domain admin account doesn't have a password set on it yet. So I will not be able to log in. So I will revert back my snapshot before working, or before creating these group policies, and then I will set a password before applying the script of the group policy. Let me show you all, or let me wait. We will see if we restart the PC. Okay, so now everything is working. So now I think I can restart. Now we can see in effect the background of my server. So now the group policy, it will change the background of this server, and it will have a certain background applied. Okay, the Skynet HQ background. Okay, this will differ depends upon the location. Okay, so now we will tell him Control Alt Delete. Okay, now we can see this doesn't appear before. This is the display message, or this is the welcome screen. This is done using the default domain policy. Okay, so this is added. Okay, and then we can see here also that the domain admin account or local admin account was disabled. Now if I try to log in with my domain admin account, I didn't set a password on it, so he will not accept it. Okay, here is a couple of errors anyway. So what I will do, I need to couple of errors. So what I do, I need to shut down. Okay, what I do, I will shut down this one and then revert to my snapshot before applying the group policy objects. I will restore it and then repeat the process. But before doing this, I need to set a password for my domain admin account so I can log in to the domain controller after disabling the local administrator account of the domain controller. So we will go, or let me go further here. So now it is restoring the snapshot. We need to go and set the domain admin account. Okay, Rauf, the one that I log into, because as I've said before, the default domain policy will disable the local administrator account. So here we will open the console and then open Active Directory users and computers. Okay, here we will go there and then go to the Skynet HQ. Okay, get to the AI admin, and then I will set the password for my account so I can use it instead of the local administrator account. So I'll give it a password, and then we will repeat the process of creating the group policy objects. We will do that. Okay, so this is a password. Okay, and then just to make sure that I have also the login script applied. We will see also the login script in effect. It should apply to us. And then we can see all of the members are there. Anyway, so we need to see a couple of changes. We need to see the background changed according to this group policy and the login script to be applied. We will see all of this in action. So we will open the group policy object script. Okay, and then we need to apply it. And then we will see the difference. Okay. So all we can see here that we have two scripts. It will not take less than 10 minutes. Everything should be up and running. Okay. So now we need also to change this one, also to change it from BG to the location. And then we'll apply the script and see. Okay, so we'll copy and then paste. Okay, sorry. And then we'll apply the script. Put the pass, okay, and then save the script and then apply it. Okay, now we need to apply the script. Okay, save and then apply the script. And let's see what will happen. Okay, so now we need to apply the script. Okay, creating the group policy objects, then importing the group policies or backed up group policies, and then linking them to the organizational units, and then applying the security filtering for these group policies or for certain group policies. Okay, so this is why you need to take a snapshot, so if there is any problem happened you can revert back. Okay, so this is a good thing to do in practical life. Actually, if you have virtual machines, you need to take regular snapshots, and do not forget to delete all the snapshots because they take space. Okay, so you need to be careful. Okay, so now it is linking them. Okay, and then at last we will see the section of the security filter. Okay, this is a normal display message. Okay, because this is security filter, so he is saying that you are applying security filter to certain or two group policies. So, and at the end the script ended by creating the log file, and then we need to restart the machine and see what will happen, or the group policies in action and the login script in action. So we will restart and see. First of all, if you go to the console, we will see that the different group policy objects are created, their configuration is imported, uh, their security filters are applied. So we'll go there, okay, and we'll open the domains, Skynet, and then we see the group policy objects, all of them are added, and we can see that every one of them, this is the only one, because this was not stated in the script. I didn't tell him to link this is group policy to a certain OU. So this was the error, another error. Or I didn't tell him to link this group policy to the Skynet OU. Okay, so now we have done this. Now we can see all of the other things, they are already created. Okay, linked. Okay, everything is up and running. Okay, everything is up and running. You need to take care of these two display messages. You need to tell him, okay, this is very critical. Okay, and then delegation, we can see everything is there, domain computers read, so everything is up and running. Let's see the Skynet HQ group policy, if it will be applied or not. The background should be changed. So let's make a restart, and then we will see the changes. So stopping services, restarting. It will take some time and then we will see a couple of group policies applied to this domain controller. The default domain policy will be applied, and the Skynet HQ group policy will be applied. And this will have different, or it will make some changes to the domain controller. So let's see. So now please wait. Now he will begin. If you can see that it will give us an indicator about the group policies. It will list the group policies that will be applied. This was not done before. Okay, it will apply new group policies. Okay, so it will take some time. Okay, pause. Now default to domain policy, default to domain controllers, group policy registry policy, power options, a lot of things. Now if you tell him control alt delete input, keyboard control alt delete, we can see that welcome message, and then I need to access it or use my domain admin account. Now we will see that the login script will be applied to me. This PC icon should appear on my desktop and this PC, you can see different group policies are applied to me now. We will see this PC icon appearing on my desktop, and this PC will be replaced by the name of the server. This is a part of the login script. Okay, this is idle log off because it is not there. We will add a line to copy this exe file to the C location. Anyway, so let's see what will happen. So now this is the new, this is Skynet HQ. So this is a background for Skynet HQ location. If it is for Africa, it will be changed to Africa HQ. You can see this is this PC icon, and this is the name of the server to make it more easy to see the server name. Okay, and then we can see that I need to add a line in a certain script to copy, okay, the idle log of program and put it in the C partition so the login script can find the exe file and use it. Okay, anyway, so the script is successfully, the group policies are applied successfully. We can take a snapshot after that. Anyway, so let's see, or I will add a certain line to the script, okay, to tell him to copy idle log of program and put it in the C partition. Let's go further. Okay, so this is the robot copy. Okay, here I will add another line, okay, a third line, to copy idle log of program and put it in the C partition. Okay, let's see this, or let me show you all how I can do this. So let's go there. Okay, so here I will add a line. So if I copied another line and then add it and tell him to copy, where is the idle log of? If we go to the background folder, okay, here is the idle log of. I need to copy it from D backgrounds to the C idle log of folder idle log of.exe. I need to copy it. So let's see the script. Okay, let's see the line. Here I tell him to copy it, okay, from this location, okay, so we'll change it, okay, and tell him to go to the C login. So here you need to tell him C idle log of, okay, because I didn't create a folder in it, so you need to put C. Let me show you all what will be not C, it's C idle log of, okay, so it will copy the whole folder with the exe program to the C itself, but you need to specify the folder name, okay. If we save it, it will not. If you see now, if you try to apply this script or this line, it will only copy the exe file, not the folder itself. And this is a utility called robocopy, or robocopy. This is a GUI interface or a graphical tool that will write, or we can for example, tell him which file you need to copy, the source and the destination, and if there is some setting to overwrite the folders or override the files and some parameters, and then tell him to build the script. Okay, so this is, I use it to create a script or to create the robocopy batch script. So we can tell him the source, okay, and the location. We can tell him the source folder. We can go and tell him the source folder, backgrounds, and the idle log of. So we will see the script, okay, and then tell him the destination. We need to go to the C, okay, but you need to tell him to include subfolders, okay, so we can go further. So I need to name it will include subfolders. Anyway, let's see. So here, after that, you need to tell him to build the script, okay. This is only a way to know how you can or how to create a script to copy files. If you don't know scripting, this utility will help you, okay. Now if you go to the build script, if you go to the section here in the general setting, this is okay, this is the script, okay. So we'll copy it and let's see what will happen. So this is to copy it and then see what will happen when we apply this line, okay. So include subfolders. If there is subfolders, it should be included. So let's see when we apply the script what will happen, or we apply this line what will happen. So you tell him we need to open a PowerShell. I think we can go or pass it very quickly. So now we'll open a PowerShell. So right click on PowerShell, go there, right click and then PowerShell. or you can get to the command prompt, okay, and then we will paste this line and see what will happen. Okay, so now there is one directory and one folder copied, but if you go to the C, okay, we will see that it is only copied the exe file, not the folder itself. Okay, so just to make sure, what we will do, we will tell him, or what I will do in the script, let's see here, I will add another thing, tell him to add idle logoff. So here, if we tell him idle logoff, okay, no, not this one, let's go further, further, again, further. Here I will add another thing, tell him idle logoff. So what we will do, we will now tell him or add another line to tell him to idle logoff. So include the folder, and we will take all of this line and copy it and see what will be the result. So we'll copy it now, paste, and then enter. Let's go and see what will happen. Okay, so now the folder was not there, but it copied the folder with the exe file. So we can see here this is a success. Okay, so this is the end of our video. Now we have created a domain controller with all of the Active Directory users, computers, groups, group policies, everything. So in the upcoming video, we'll create the second domain controller, and it will be a file server, a WSOS server, a DHCP. So we have a lot of work to do in the upcoming videos. Hope this video is informative for you all, and thank you all for viewing. By the way, if anyone wants to first subscribe to the channel and share the video if you like it, and put comments and likes, and if you need to take a private course with me, you can contact me on my WhatsApp number, on my Facebook page, on my Telegram channel. uh, Leave a comment in the video, in the section of the video. Hope this video informative for you all, and thank you all for viewing. Thank you so much.